Has he done what?
Has he answered you?
Answered me? About what?
On Snapchat.
Oh. He's not your boyfriend, first of all.
Husband.
I'm talking about my boyfriend, not my husband.
Oh, fucking dog.
Actually, according to my husband, I have...
No, but he viewed it.
Are you guys kind of swingerish thing?
No, but according to him, I have a partner.
Maybe he
which
didn't
is my
realize
friend
it was you.
Eliza. Of course he didn't. A partner, which is my friend Eliza. My boyfriend, which is
Come here.
Tanner in New York. And
He knows about all these people.
well, one's a female, and we don't fuck, but he just thinks that...
Where did you guys get married? Right here?
Ew, I look disgusting.
That's how I feel about myself. Oh, I look so...
By the way, how is it? You're lucky, honey. You know how you healed, like the hair grew back. So I've never actually seen it. You know what I'm saying? It's
I actually was just looking at it. Here, it's right here.
But you can't, like, you know, you would
Put
never.
your finger right here.
You would never know. Oh wow! I feel the bump in it.
I like... Oh, God.
But I thought when I saw you in the hospital, hon, because of how big it was at the time, obviously it shrinks up. But I was like, man, I hope hair goes back.
Shit, look at me. I look like the devil. Look at my
No, you
eyes.
don't.
I'd fuck me. Anyway.
No, it was actually really nice because I didn't even barely know you then. And you brought me.
Try to bring you the ice cream you wanted. They're fucking machines.
No,
bro.
yeah, no, you did. That was
I
very
took
nice.
care of this girl this week that was in a bicycle accident.
Did you?
And she had a complete degloving of her skull. Like,
God.
it was. I love those. It's so fucking easy. All you do
I
is
love
just pull
those.
it back forward and staple it back
Dude,
on.
I was 16 years old. I
No,
just got in
that's
my
not
car.
fun.
And I was on South Point Boulevard, and I was pulling out of Wings and or
Wings.
Buckets at the time.
Yeah,
Buckets,
yeah.
And a girl.
Remember when the movie theater used to be there?
Yes,
$1.50.
yes.
So I was pulling out, and I was on South Point heading north.
Why
where,
would you
the
pull out?
McDonald's is now.
Anyway.
And I was going maybe a couple seconds.
Ew,
and
this is
girl
weird.
was crossing the street, and she got hit by a car. You ever seen somebody get hit by a car in real life?
I have. Who's that?
Oh my God, it's like the worst. They look like.
Yeah, I have actually. That just popped up on my phone.
Who's that?
Fucking Brandon.
Oh, he looks fat there. You look good.
He was-
You look
no,
young.
yeah, he actually looks good in that picture.
Yeah, he actually looks like yo. Do you think somebody killed him?
Yes.
Like intentionally, right?
Yeah. Oh, it kind of makes me sad. I don't want to look at his pictures anymore.
You know, honestly, when I heard he died, like I'm not crying over Brandon, but like I don't want anybody to die.
Why are all these popping up now?
Because you're in. You gotta go. Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't want him to die either, but when you fuck so many people over.
He's a complete selfish prick.
Oh, look, this was our house.
That's the one out on right off Hancock, right?
I'm moody.
Oh, we were talking about.
When you heard he died, were you sad?
I
I know he was an asshole to you, but still, and he's an asshole in general. But like,
God
I
hates
kinda
ugly.
Huh?
God hates ugly.
Holy shit.
Wow, that's Walker. Holy shit, he was lean.
His mom just sent me that picture.
He was lean then. How old is Walker? He's young. He's like 30, right?
He's 30, yeah.
When's his birthday?
He looks like a cop there.
He does look like a cop.
August 8th, 1889. 1989. No, there's a lot of 8s in the equation, okay? 1889.
Be 130 soon.
Living strong.
Constitution, he was there for it.
Actually, that was in 1776.
Yeah, it was actually in 1776, July 4th. I fucking know. I'm a history buff. Thank you for the correction.
So you're an attorney?
No, I graduated law school. I've never taken the bar.
Damn, he needs
I
to
wanted to be a teacher.
get
and,
back to
had
this.
a kid, and you can't do it with
children.
Huh?
I hate children.
Wait till you have.
That'll be a cold fucking day in hell.
Oh, I need to charge my phone. It's on
You seem like a
7%.
cool person. There's a lot of foster kids that could use a home. Maybe one day you'll think about it.
I'm good. I can barely take care of myself.
And you can't. But
Cat's enough responsibility for me.
on something. But
So where'd you go to law school at?
Florida Coastal up in Jacksonville. Oh yeah, so that's what we're talking about. So I had a son, and on 36 grand being a teacher, you really can't have the lifestyle you want to show him. You don't want to spoil him, but you want to show him nice things. And I want to have nice things, but money's not that important. It's important, but not over the top. And then my drug addiction got really bad again. And,
Don't say things like that outside right now.
but so I have.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, I've
graduated
always thought that you really have to consider though, like, yeah, $36,000 a year, but think about
It was $100,000. Yeah.
as a teacher. I mean, but think about how many days you really work and you have the summer off.
I need a boy now.
Yeah, no, I would. If I could do like a. See, I really wanted to do it teach with young kids, but if I could get like a professor role where you make, some universities 80 to 100. Now some of them do. Depending on who you are, doctor. Right? Well, true here. Well, you already have a Juris Doctor, yeah. But I just need to take the fucking bar, honestly. I've been putting that off. So now, because I should have been a lawyer. I started law school in 2002.
I should have been a baller.
So it's 2020. That means I would take a bar exam for something that I started 18 years ago. It took me 6 years.
I can give you a bar.
I'll give you a bar. Give you a hug.
I'm just kidding.
But yes, I'm not ready. I need to get that going. That's pretty well. That's how. Where's that at? I couldn't read it.
Thunder Bay National Marine.
So you never answered my question though. Where's the? It was TBL. Where's kind of like the gay
There's
house?
nothing left. The only place is Rascals, and there's
Where's Rascals in Cape?
no right here where I met you at.
Oh, that's Rascals.
Lift her up.
But you
Lift
need
her up
back
ass.
this way.
And
No, not that far, but okay. That's
there's a bar in the Cape too called Cruisers. Fucking shitty.
How is the gay scene in town? Is it as bad as the straight scene, or is it actually not bad?
I mean,
It is what it is.
fucking nothing special.
Is it what would you? I guess you don't popular.
No, you're fine.
Has a population? How long have you been in town for?
I've lived here my whole life.
Okay. Has it become? Have you noticed a
When
pretty
I was
big
like
expansion?
4 years old, I can remember off the top of my head between Cape Coral and Fort Myers at least like 10 gay bars. It's really fucking.
So it's kind of gotten less places for you guys to go.
Well, I mean, gay bars aren't really like what they used to be because fucking gay people go wherever they want now.
Right. I got you. Well, that's good.
Like, so,
Do you like that or no? Do you like that? It's more. I mean, because when you go to a gay bar, you're gonna, you don't have to wonder whether that person's gay or not if you see somebody you like from a distance or whatever. You know what I mean? As opposed to if you go to a straight
yeah,
bar.
but if I go to a straight bar, I go there because I go there to drink and like hang out with whoever I'm with.
Right.
Like, not to pick up people. Yeah, like, I don't know, like just rascals.
What's the worst thing about being gay? What's society-wise, meaning as far as, like what do you feel? You said you didn't, when I asked you about coming out or whatever, and you said you really
I'm
don't care.
very indifferent towards like what people think.
That's good. What's the worst thing that's happened to you for being gay, as far as like interaction from somebody just being, just.
You are so inquisitive today.
I'm always like this. I always talk like. It's good to know people. It's good to know people's experiences. And
I can't really like say that I've ever had like a
terrible.
I mean, when I was growing up, I did.
What, just like kids making fun of
Fucking, yeah, just being an asshole.
But no, like bad beating by like a
You
multiple.
want the White Claw, Matt? That's all I have
Yeah,
to
that'd be
offer.
great, babe. Thank you.
What would you like? Are you good with that?
You next to me?
You got the bottle now? Would you guys get a glass, you fucking animals?
I'm
You
trying to
want
think.
watermelon, tangerine, lemon?
Ooh, watermelon sounds good, huh? Please, thank you.
I remember this one particular kid in middle school that would just always just be a fucking asshole bastard piece of shit. He'd always call me a faggot and like just shit like that.
Well,
and so I just always went in one ear and out the other, but I had planned for about 3 months before the last day of 8th grade because I knew when I got off the bus he was going to call me a faggot, and I turned around and I just fucking got right in his face and I said, "What did you call me?"
Yeah.
He said, "A faggot." And I said, "This is what a faggot does." And I fucking backhanded him across the face so hard.
You backhanded him, good for you.
I said, "This is what a faggot does."
Have you had any close friends be subject of violence to the point where it hurt them very bad or killed them. Nothing like that. I just remember when I was...
My butt is wet.
Like I said, you said you're how old again?
35.
So I'm
fucking halfway to 70.
I'm halfway to 85.
4.
We're not speaking like that.
Shut up, you're like 12.
I'm turning 30 in less than a month.
I still have an issue with that.
I do too.
I don't believe it. I think somebody lied on your
You know
birth
what?
certificate.
You know what's remarkable is that you're lucky you're still young because you know how we treat ourselves. You still look like if you get a good night's sleep, you're still pretty again. You know what I mean? There's some women who get to the point that
I haven't even. Oh, I did put makeup on earlier, didn't I? Did I?
No, that's why. I don't care.
Was that today or yesterday?
I'm just saying you're still
Solid
lucky.
good day. Yesterday, today.
Thank you.
Being so young and
But-
so pretty.
I don't.
You know where it's got those.
So I've had a lot of I've had a good number of years of treating several of the same people over and over and over. Like a good 10 years of seeing them at least once a week. I'm referring to a certain select group of people that are all dead now, but they all... Barbara Brooks, Tryphena Brown, both of them. They were...
I don't know who those people are, but that sounds like the fucking NBC2 or something.
Did they die of a drug overdose?
Who are these people?
No. It was just a slow process. They just ruined their bodies by the years of smoking crack. And I'll never forget, I took care of this bitch, Tryphena. I used to call her Typhus. I hated that cunt.
Tryphena? Okay.
Yeah, Tryphena Daphne Brown.
She's black.
No, she brown.
Now she's dead.
She brown.
I'll never forget this bitch. She looked at me one day and she said, "You know, my lungs ain't so bad from smoking crack. It's from all them years I had to stand on the street corner in the hot sun and sell the crack."
Yeah, that was what it was.
I was like, okay.
The bad thing is when you smoke crack is that when you have to smoke it out of that glass pipe, it's not the glass pipe, or glass pipe, obviously it's the fucking chore they put in there. Like the chemicals you burn off the chore, which is like the wiry shit you put in as like
the Brillo pad?
Yeah. Dude, when you burn it, because you're supposed to like burn it to burn off all the chemicals, and when you're sitting there and you see the like the black, the thick black that burns off it, and just like the color, like your lighter goes from like the red orange it turns like green and like dark red and blue. And you're like, what am I putting in my fucking body? No, because I can imagine if you do that, for that many years.
Every day for a good 30 years. They did.
It's terrible.
They got in a fight once because they were sharing a semi-private room, and Tryphena stole Barbara's wheelchair. And Barbara wasn't mad that she stole her nice new fancy wheelchair. She was fucking livid because she stole the wheelchair and traded it for good crack, and that bitch didn't even share none with
She
me.
didn't get none. She would have given her just a fucking swat of it. She would have been okay. She'd been that was a good idea to sell my wheelchair. But I will tell you, the fucking thing of crack is that it's
Well,
we
we
saw
said
one
hi.
today.
You smoke crack?
We saw Cracky today. You fucking bitch at the park.
No.
Yeah.
This lady at the park when we walked up there and
Downtown?
No,
here.
Jefferson
And there
Park.
were there was under the pavilion there's this nice box of books organized and stuff. We just kind of strolled up and
Well, we were talking about, I was like, why are there boxes of books on the table? I want to go look at them, but I don't know why they're there.
And then I'm like,
and he's like, should we look at them? I'm like, let's not, but let's do it. Let's go. He's like, I'll go look at them by myself. He's like, no, I'm coming with you. It's just fucking books and
she
shit.
was
and
fucking a hot mess.
Who was some crackhead? Was
But she's all the way over there, parked in a parking
She's
spot,
wait for her and starts
outside
yelling
of her
at us.
car.
She's
And
like,
I
"That's
picked
my
up
stuff."
a book because it was the book was calling my name.
It was.
What book?
It was something about the universe, something. And I picked up and she's like, that's my stuff.
Literally probably from
And then
she
she's
was
like-
where you are and we were
And I was like,
in the driveway
oh,
of the house
okay.
next door.
I'm just looking at your book. And I kept flipping through it.
Brought, all her books and just set them out or something?
Oh, and
Well,
she
then
had her
she-
laptop sitting under
Yeah.
there, fucking
She was
100
what
yards
did
away.
she say? Tell him what she
So
said.
then she goes, something
about her husband or
after,
boyfriend.
after she scolds us for looking at her fucking
And after
paperback
I was
book
still looking
exchange,
through
she
her
goes,
book.
I know, I was like, OMG. She yells over and goes, I need to take a ride. Will you guys watch my stuff? And I was like...
And then she's like, you see my dog?